YNet is reporting that weapons that survived an Egyptian strike on an arms convoy heading to Gaza may have reached an ISIS affiliate and used in a massive operation against Egyptian forces. Hamas believes that a shipment of arms to Gaza that was intercepted by Egypt could have fallen into the hands of the Islamic State. A few days after the operation against the convoy, fighters in Sinai from an ISIS-affiliated group mounted a large-scale attack against Egyptian security forces, using weapons similar to those in the shipment. The Sinai branch of the radical terror organization has seemingly become independent of Hamas, despite basic logistical ties that were formed between the two terrorist organizations. These ties included the transfer of ISIS fighters wounded in the fighting with Egyptian forces to Gaza's Haifa hospital for medical treatment, and the transfer of hundreds of thousands of dollars from Hamas to ISIS in Sinai, in exchange for smuggling of raw materials used in Gaza's domestic weapon manufacturing. In order to facilitate the flow of weapons shipment, the ISIS affiliate which took over the Sinai side of the Gaza smuggling tunnels demands a tax in the form of small numbers of weapons. YNet is also reporting that Israel's security forces arrested 5 Israeli Arabs from Nazareth on suspicion they were planning Paris-style terror attacks inspired by the Islamic State. The 5 went through a process of radicalization, holding meetings in which they expressed their support for ISIS. They also obtained weapons and practiced using them in wooded areas outside of Nazareth. Terrorism and incitement continue to be the backbone of Palestinian culture. The Times of Israel is reporting that some 4,000 plush toys of rock-throwing men dressed in Palestinian garb were intercepted Tuesday at the Haifa port by Israeli authorities. The dolls were headed for the Palestinian Authority and were part of an incitement campaign. Each toy has its face covered by a keffiyeh, with one arm raised and clutching a tiny toy rock. They hold banners in Palestinian colors proclaiming "Jerusalem is ours" and "Jerusalem, we are coming." The inciting dolls were discovered after a shipment from the United Arab Emirates raised customs officials' suspicion. The Palestinian Authority continues in its campaign to incite and radicalize the next generation of Palestinian children. For the Rebel.Media, I'm Igal Hecht.